Welcome to another Ironhide City review. Today we are taking a look at Transformers Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus, also known as God Magnus in Car Robots from 2001. And I am updating this video from a little while ago because I'm getting close to 200, so I wanted to update some old videos. So this is the first of a few redos I'm doing. So Ultra Magnus here is a car carrier, as you can see, and actually a really nice car carrier. Rolls really good, and he is actually quite long in truck mode. And just for reference, he is at least 9.5 inches long. So he is not a short truck. And he does have this really big cannon up here, which actually doesn't need to be there. And he also has these guns here, which also don't need to be there. So for a quick comparison, here he is with some other Season 3 cars, being Cup and Blur. So this guy does have a few different modes. He has his full vehicle mode, which you see here. He does have his base vehicle mode, which is just the cab, a base robot mode, and then the full combined robot mode. So let's go ahead and get him transformed, which we're going to start by taking off these missile pods, putting them off to the side, and then you'll come in here and unhook these parts of the trailer, and then lift up this part, which will release the inner cab of the figure. So that is the inner robot, and I'll put the trailer off to the side for now. Now, you will recognize this cab as a repaint and remolded bumper from the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime figure, who sadly mine is destroyed right now. It's broken, so he's in storage. So to transform the inner robot, we will start by bringing down the legs here, flip the arms out, turn the upper torso 180 degrees, slide this part up and push it in, flip out what will be his heels, split his legs, open the cab part here, flip out the head, close the cab, and peg his shoulders in, and there we go. That is the base Ultra Magnus in base robot mode. And just in base robot mode, he looks really good, in my opinion. And he did look like this a couple times in the Transformers comic books. I forget which publisher it was, but he did look like this. And he can hold his gun here, which I will put it in his hand. So, real quick, here he is with Season 3 cast members RC, well, yeah, I don't have any others in robot mode, but here he is up against his rival in this wave, Shockwave. I kind of like Ultra Magnus a little more, but Shockwave is really good though. So to get him ready for full combined mode, we're going to take off the big cannon here and then fold up his heels and return his head to the way it was, flipped back down, flip or extend this part, fold that down, fold that down again, and flip this crotch piece down and flip it around. And he is ready to go. So I'll put that to the side. So we'll come over to the trailer now. And this is actually really neat how this transforms. So we'll go ahead and actually unclip the entire back of the trailer here, like so. And then these will come apart like so. And then you will split these parts like so. And then in here are what will be the arm guards. And then you will flip this back, flip that part in, and that is the Ultra Magnus torso. And then basically you will unhook these two pieces, fold these up, which was the trailer hitch, and then these will form the shoulder pads. And then for the legs, this is actually really cool. Fold that part in, fold it in again, and then this whole thing will collapse, and then that is one leg ready to go. Really clever how that works. So do the same to the other side. Flip that first panel in, flip it in at the second hinge, flip it in all the way around, and then that is the other leg ready to go. So, how does this work? Well, we come in here with our base Ultra Magnus, and then these little tabs in here will correspond to these tabs right here. And these clips will go into these clip points right here. Like so. Coming up to the arm guards, open this side up, and this will be his left arm. And you want the angled side pointing down. So plug it in like so, and close up that door. And I'll show you how that works on this side. So open up that flap, make sure the angled part is pointing down, and then there is this little peg right there where my thumb is, which goes to a little hole right there on the forearm. Coming up to the shoulder pads, and we will attach the missiles which I had the wrong one there. And these go on right here to the shoulders. So 1 and 2. And then finally, the head. And there's this little clip part right back here corresponding to this clip right here on this red piece. So clip it on, bring it down, and plug in the chest plate. And that is Ultra Magnus in his full robot mode. And I gotta admit, this figure is awesome. And even when I did my initial video of this guy, I still thought he was awesome. And I still think that to this day. He's awesome. Now you can put these guns on the side of his legs. And he just looks awesome, in my opinion. So here he is again, up against Shockwave. And Shockwave, I do not have the armor on, but if I did, I would definitely show it. So, seriously, Ultra Magnus is really cool, in my opinion. Posability, 360 in the head for a ball joint, from a ball joint. Swivels and hinges in the shoulders. Bicep swivel. Little over 90 degrees at the elbow, or no, just 90 degrees. And he does have a fist swivel. Torso swivel. Nice tight ratchets in the hips. And nice tight swivels for in and out. Thigh swivel. Hinged knee. And ankle articulation. So you can get some really good poses and balance going with this guy. And I've noticed another positive thing. He is not top heavy. I mean, he is standing on a computer mat right now and just no top heaviness out of this figure whatsoever. Seriously. So overall, if you see this figure on Amazon, that's where I got him, I would absolutely recommend you pick him up. In fact, he is in one of my top 5 favorite figures I've reviewed and played with. So definitely get Siege Ultra Magnus. This has been Ironhide City for my video redo for Siege Ultra Magnus. Hope you have a great day, and of course, keep being awesome.